Teresa. I am the owner and artisan over here at MTS Design Co. I am a content creator for Dixie Belle Paint Company. I go live with you guys I have bubble wrap, it just popped. I go live with you guys every Wednesday at 10 a.m. to do some fun painting tutorials. So this week we're going to be painting some really fun little candle holders. And so with that being said, we're gonna do some really fun things. These are just some candle holders that I've had in my shop. I use them for staging, and I wanna zhuzh them up a little bit and make them super awesome. So as you guys are coming on, say hello, let me know that I can see you guys. And let's see, today we will be painting in Barn Red, which is a beautiful red from Dixie. I keep leaning my elbow on it and it's popping because I was using this underneath. Who doesn't like bubble wrap, right? So we'll be painting in Barn Red today, which is a beautiful red. And then after that, I'm going to just dry it up really quick with my heat gun. And we are going to use the pearlescent glaze in all spirit of Christmas to make it very like shimmery. So hello, Patty. Thank you for watching today. I appreciate you. So it is really cold in my shop and I still don't want to be out there. So we're going to be doing a craft this week. So grab your coffee, bring a warm sweater and come hang out with me this morning. And we're going to do some paint. All right, hey Nate, how are you? Thank you so much for watching today. All right, let's get started. To prep these, I used White Lightning and I just wiped them off. That was it. And then I cleaned it, rinsed it off with some nice, clean, fresh water. And that was the end of that. Super easy little project, a fun little craft just to kind of upgrade something that you already have. Like I said, these are fun little candle holders. There's nothing wrong with them. I just don't want them brown anymore. So we are going to paint them a really fun color today. I have my flat medium and I also brought my Dixie Belle mini. All right, so let's come on in with our beautiful Barn Red, which is a delicious color. Honky Tonk Red is one of the very bright colors, more like Fire Truck Red. This one is Barn Red and it's a little more muted, and that was kind of the vibe that I was going with today. I will not be misting. I'm just going to be painting right onto this. I did not prime it. All I did was clean it. And so again, I'm just going to be painting right on over my little metal candle holders. They will not be using, you know, they're not something that gets touched a lot or something that gets used aggressively. So a coat of paint on these guys are just perfect. We're just going to paint the underside of them. And probably 2 coats of paint will get this guy perfect. Full coverage. As you can see, the coverage is pretty good on it, but there are a little bit of streaky marks, so I probably will use 2 coats on these guys. So by the time I get both painted, I'll be able to go back and add my second coat of paint. This is a great way to upcycle anything that you have in your house that just needs a little refreshing. Or if you are looking for something and you can pop by your local Goodwill and you can just kind of do some home decor stuff on a budget, which is always nice. How is the weather where you guys are? It is cold and rainy here today where I am. Feeling all of the winter vibes. It was nice last week and this week's not so much. Last night it was raining pretty hard. Now, if you wanted to leave it so it was kind of rustic looking, you can just do the 1 coat of paint because you can still see the brown that comes through that. Again, when my second coat of paint goes on this, you will not be able to see that. And are just painting right along. And that just moves real quick, like I said. Super easy. This paint is amazing. It has amazing coverage. I'm going to place this down though so that I can paint the bottom. The holidays are encroaching on us way faster than I would like. I have been super busy. My little business has expanded in a new location on top of the location that I already have. So I've been super slammed doing all of the things. Cold and windy here in Lake Erie. Brr, I can imagine. Goodness gracious. Yeah, Lake Erie. Whew. I bet. I'll take my cold, wet, rainy southern weather. Still, not made for it. I like the warmth. These cold winter months aren't so terrible, but I'm definitely not a fan favorite. I like to flip mine upside down so I can get the bottom. Or you can just hold it however you want to do it. There's no rhyme or reason to this. These fun little things are great. I like to do these projects between bigger projects. I know you've often heard me call them palette cleansing projects, but they really are. It's just something that you don't really have to think a whole lot of. It's not a big dresser. I'm not committed to what I have to do, what needs to be fixed and such things. This is just really fun and easy and just something super, you don't have to think about it. You just do it. I love these little projects. Don't mind my clock. All right. Get some paint on my fingers. It's okay. All right. Like I said, I'll do one coat of paint. I'm going to heat gun this one real quick. I'll be able to do a second coat of paint, and then we'll be able to do some really fun sparkle on them. Oh, goodness. Miss Ma'am, you were totally fine. She loves to meow. She's like, oh, you're inside. You're working. She only does it when I'm live. I swear. She's so bad. Anybody else have animals that just like to talk? She's the chaos one. If there's anything that's going to be like broken or destroyed in the house, it's always her. She's psycho. Mittens quit. My friend says it's because I named her Mittens and I should have named her a human name. What are you doing? Trouble. All right, so there's that. I'm gonna just pop that down for just a second. Come on over here. We're gonna hit this one with the heat gun. It's gonna be loud for just a second, guys. If you are doing these little projects at home, I suggest that you allow the paint to dry as it should. I go live a lot, so I have to rush my process because you don't want to sit with me for 20 minutes while this is drying. So I don't recommend doing this. This is just what us creators have to do a lot of the times just to kind of make our projects go a little quicker. But not recommended. And it's on bubble wrap, so you don't want to heat it up too much. It'll start cooking it. Oh, that sounds pretty. The clock's, oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I grew up with a clock like that. And so when I saw my chance to buy one, I absolutely jumped on it. And it was just really, it was brown. And I had to paint it. So I painted it aubergine, and I did decoupage paper, and then I did gold gilding wax on it, and she's absolutely fabulous. Everything in my house is purple, for those that know better. Like my fireplace is painted in aubergine. I have a buffet on the other side that I painted in aubergine. My bedroom furniture is purple. I am a purple gal. The booth that I am going into, I painted the wall because I have free reign to paint and decorate and do all the things there where I don't really have that option in the space that I'm currently in. So it was kind of nice to be able to do that. And I picked a color that looks just like aubergine, and it's so funny. It was like a magnolia garden color, and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks just like aubergine. That's so funny. So I will be filming some things in there. I'm going to be probably on YouTube, honestly, because it'll be during the daytime and I'll be able to get in there. I will be stenciling the wall, and I'll be doing that with glaze. So that'll be fun. And then you can see the second coat, it's much brighter and more vibrant than that first coat. I would sit with you all day. Oh, you were the best. Patty, I wish you lived close to me. We need to plan a trip. I don't fly, so you'll have to come to me. My family picks on me all the time because I cannot fly. My anxiety will not allow me to get into an airplane. And it's not because I think the airplane's gonna crash down. It has nothing to do with that. I don't have that kind of a fear. I have the fear that I'm enclosed and I can't get out and there's too many people near me. That's my crazy. Like I can't ride in elevators. I don't like to be in like places where there's a lot of people next to me. Did you see my cat? She's crazy. She just ran past. So, good morning. How are you? Good morning. All right. So pretty. I really love Barn Red. I think it is just like, it's a very deep, beautiful color. It also helps that it's being painted over brown. If I was painting this over a lighter color, it would be a little more vibrant. For those that wonder about that. My throat is kind of yucky. It's been really cold, so my heat has been running a lot. My throat does not like that. Now the cats are playing. Crazy. It's a zoo here, I tell you what. What are you guys doing? Make sure I get the bottom. And if you're worried about streaks, just go over it really nice at the end and get nice smooth marks. Turn it upside down to make sure I got the bottom, because I always miss, never fails, the underside. So there's one, right? That one's got that second coat on there, and it is wet, so it will deepen a little bit, but you can tell the difference between the two of them. So we're gonna sit that one right there, and then we're gonna paint the second one. Barn Red is my favorite. I like it with coffee bean. Absolutely. Girls, quit. Sorry about that. Cats are acting psycho. See, I missed the whole underside. This is why I like to flip them over. And just grab the underneath. And I'll come back around. I love coffee bean. Coffee bean is the prettiest brown. I like to, I will do a paint stain with that a lot. So I will stain my wood with the paint and it comes out beautiful. Next week we're going to be doing, well, if I can get my act together, we will be doing a vanity that is a commissioned piece for me. I will be doing a paint wash on some of it and staining the rest of it. It has a lot of detail work on it, and when that happens, I tend to not want to strip every single little piece of detail because it is from 1920s. There's a lot of beautiful detail on there, and stripping all that with sanding and everything else is just, it's not my favorite thing to do. I'm sure you can see why. So I'll be working on that, getting it cleaned up and ready to go by next week. If not, we'll be in my booth space, stenciling a wall. So that's my plan for that. Let me turn this back over. And then we'll spread out that a little bit. Paint this. I want to use this stick with me on one of these just to see how pretty it looks. I think it'll look pretty. I had to remember how to use it. Every time I use the stick with me, I forget how to use it. It's kind of funny. Now I'm to the part where I can't touch it anymore because it's all wet. So just very smoothly, carefully. Again, I'm painting where I can't see, so hopefully I'm not missing anything. I'll go back at the end to make sure. But it is looking very pretty compared to where it was, and it's perfect for Christmas. And if they don't sell by Christmas, guess what? They'll be ready for Valentine's Day. Red is a hard color to sell for me. I don't know about you guys. I've never painted a piece of furniture. Well, I've painted one piece of furniture red, just one. It was when Dixie Belle came out with their fall line, and I painted it in that beautiful red tone that they came out with a long time ago. right. Make sure I'm getting everything. All right, let's hit this with the heat gun and then let's go on to the pearlescent glaze. White side down, yes. Thank you, Patty. We're just gonna dry this up just a second so that when I put my pearlescent glaze on this, I don't reactivate it and make everything pink. I'll be sad. I'm melting my bubble wrap. That one's good enough. This is so pretty. My son is at a sleepover last night, and my middle daughter was too, so it was just me and my oldest hanging out last night, and the house was so quiet. I'm not used to it ever being that quiet. It just isn't ever. It's crazy. Usually there's kids screaming all over the place and running around like maniacs. My house is always the one that everybody goes to when they spend the night, so it was bizarre last night to have just one child here. All right. Turn that off, and now you can see how pretty they are. Aren't they gorgeous? I love them. They're so fun. So now, I'm gonna move this over here because I will lean in it, I'm sure, which is why I'm wearing a Dixie Belle shirt, because that is what it's made for. I was so excited. I ordered more pearlescent glaze. Oh my gosh, yes. It's so pretty. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to use, quite honestly. I know last week we did the angel, and then I didn't really like the way that it came out with just the texture and a pearlescent glaze on it. So last night I used it on the Crazy Brush Show and put decoupage paper on it. And then I used the Stick With Me on it, and it came out beautiful. Okay, so now this is where it's gonna be kind of hard to see. So I'm just, actually, no, it's not, I lied. So we are just gonna put this on. I know it looks crazy, but the blue disappears and the sparkle stays. I will dry this and you will see that you just get this fab shine. Now you could do it in just some spots if you wanted to. I'm going all in. I want all the glitter, all the glam, all of it. It's so pretty. I'll do one and dry it, and then I'll show you, and then we'll go back and do the other one. I feel like today's episode is brought to you by my nail girl, because my nail girl did my nails and they're like red chrome, and it kind of looks like what I'm doing today. So it's funny how sometimes things continue over. I'm doing the inside of this. No one's ever gonna see it because there'll be a candle in here, but I just, for aesthetic reasons, want to make sure that that is taken care of. Now you can stipple this for texture. If you're worried about brush strokes, you can just come on over and just pounce, stipple, however you want to call it. And then it takes away that. It adds just enough texture so you don't see your strokes when you're painting. That is my little secret. All right, I'm gonna dry this real quick, and then we're gonna look at the difference. It gives it the perfect amount of shine. There's a spot where I touched it. Okay, so that part still has to dry. But that's with the pearlescent glaze, and that's flat. So it gives it just enough shimmer, right? That's super cute. So it's not like down your throat. It's pretty. It gives it a nice little, haven't used the glaze yet. You're a newbie. Oh, yay. Girl, you definitely need to use it. It's so fun. So, I can't read your name. Nate, okay, sorry. I wear glasses. I still can't see. So we're just gonna stipple this one. I brushed the other one on. I'm just gonna show you the difference. So when you stipple it, it's gonna look like that and you're gonna have that texture. So you're just gonna grab your glaze and you're just gonna stipple that right on. So that way when you paint it on, you can sometimes have brush strokes. If you don't smooth them all out, you will be able to see it just a little bit. With this, you're alleviating that. So you won't have any. And these brushes, don't worry, they bounce right back. As soon as you wash them with your little scrubby soap, no worries. I'm doing this upside down again, just to make sure I get in all of the areas. And then we're gonna do a little flipperoo and get the other side. You could give these away as little gifts. These are great. What I like to do is if you have a booth space or if you're staging your piece of furniture and you need a pop of color, grab some cheap candlesticks at like Goodwill or Ross or wherever you find them, or even ones that are already in your home. And you can go ahead and just kind of add a pop of color without being committed to putting color in your space. So, you know, like when you're decorating your living room, you can just put a couple pillows in your living room and it brightens your space. It's the same thing as with your booth. You can just add that little bit and it's just enough. All right, I have to touch this. This is where I'm like not wanting to mess it up. This one I'm not gonna heat gun. I'm just gonna let this one dry naturally because there's no need. Now you could stop at one coat, or if you felt like you wanted to add a little bit more glam, you could come back and add a second coat. And really like zhuzh up. I will dry this one just to show you the difference between the two. Again, you want to flip it over. You want to make sure that you get in all your little areas. If you have too much in one spot, you can take it and move it around. All right, let's give this one a quick little dry. We'll dry both. And then you can see the difference between one coat of glaze and two coats. And you can decide if you just want to do the one or if you want it to be a little bit more shinier. Sorry about the meat gun noise. It's gonna be loud for just a second. Uno momento. Move your brushes, you will melt your brushes, and you will cry. I've done that before. sure I'm not missing you guys. That's good enough. Should be getting hot in here. Should be able to touch them. All right, we'll touch them from here. All right, so here is just the one, and then that's the second coat. So it's not very different. This one's just a little more saturated with the glitz. So you can definitely tell that it is a little more shiny. So I'm just gonna come back again. And then if you're doing a second coat, you can ensure that you haven't missed an area, especially if you're stippling it on. Because again, sometimes you'll miss the underside or however. Here we go. Grabbing all of that. And then they'll dry and they'll be so pretty, and you could put some white candles in this, or you can do red or gold or silver or whatever you want. Put them on your table in your dining room. Like I said, if you are staging a piece of furniture, they'll look beautiful next to it, on top of it, however you want to do it, as well as definitely brightening up your space in your booth if that is a place that you have. Making sure all of the areas look fabulous. All right, and then I'm just going to make sure that there are no spaces on this guy that I missed. Okay, so 2 coats. Definitely make it more shimmery and give it that kind of like chrome look. And then that's it, you guys. So today's episode was just a little short, but it was a really fun project that you can do at home, that you can definitely I keep laying my elbows on here and popping these guys, that you can definitely do a little quick project. Again, we use the fabulous chalk mineral paint in Barn Red, and then we're having fun with bubble wrap too, and pearlescent glaze, and then we use the flat medium. Kitty, what are you doing? And then we were entertained by my cats, and then we used our Dixie Belle Paint. So this is the project that we have. Stay tuned for the staged. I'll definitely post it over on my Instagram stories so that you can see what the finished product looked like. Love the shimmer. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it so much. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys really, really quick the angel that we did last week. I'll have her staged. Hey, can we not bark? That'd be great. So this is the product from last week's live. And so I went ahead and I added the decoupage paper. The texture, which we added together, is still on here, but I put that gold on there, and I just feel like it just added just the right amount of glam to the angel, because just with the texture on there and the pearlescent glaze, it wasn't enough of a difference. You just couldn't see it, so it kind of fell flat, unfortunately. So, and that happens sometimes when you have your projects, things can tend to fall flat, and there's plenty, that's what I really love about the Dixie Belle Paint Company, is there's enough options to kind of do a plot twist and just change it up and make it pretty however you need it to be. So thank you, I appreciate that. All right, you guys, well, I am gonna head out of here. I'm gonna let these guys dry, and I am going to, I'm gonna go get my little guy, and then we're gonna go buy a cell phone. Ugh, not very exciting, but I hope that you guys have more of an exciting day than I do. And I will catch you guys next Wednesday right here at 10 a.m. on the YouTube channel for Dixie Belle. Dixie Belle, thank you so much for having me. I greatly appreciate you having me each and every week. And I definitely appreciate each and every one of you that watch. If you don't already, I would be honored if you followed me over at NTS Design Co. on all of the socials. And you can find all of the products that I used today on the Dixie Belle website. You can go up to the left-hand corner, type in your zip code. It will pop up all of your local retailers in your area, and you'll be able to find all the products used there. They also have some really fun classes this time of year where you'll be doing some fun crafts, something like this, and they'll be teaching. They're very knowledgeable. So definitely check them out. You don't want to miss out on your local retailers. They are amazing people. So thank you so much, you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys next week.